Taxi drivers are being urged to be considerate of other motorists and to prioritize the safety of passengers this festive season. Gauteng officials have praised the National Taxi Alliance for their efforts to try improve road safety. This comes as traffic volumes steadily increase ahead of the start of the holiday season. Newzroom Afrika's N3 has more.
Holidaymakers have begun making their way out of the city of gold to various destinations. With records of thousands of people losing their lives on South African roads every year, the National Taxi Alliance have launched a campaign focusing mainly on taxi drivers' behavior. Various taxi organizations converged on the Heidelberg N3 highway to speak about the importance of adhering to regulations by those in the public transport sector to minimize road carnage.
Colleagues, as I launch this campaign, the N3 campaign, I am very mindful of the fact that if the statistics are anything to go by, they inform me that in the year 2022, we lost on our roads no less than 12,000 people.
But the campaign can only come alive if the drivers come on board, with the commuters being the judge of their behavior. Officials who attended the event say the initiative proved that safety is not a one-man show.
I believe if we call Ibizo driver, it will send a message directly to drivers. Because if we keep having such activities and only talk to the leadership, from here they then go back to their offices. But the people who are road users, who drive on our roads, is the taxi drivers.
This is something as government and particularly the Department of Transport we are looking forward to, where we say that road safety is everybody's responsibility. So when a big industry like the taxi industry takes the initiative, it really amplifies the message that we have.
The drive is expected to continue until the end of the festive season. However, those involved would like the awareness campaign to run all year round. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am N3 in Heidelberg.
All right, let's get you an update on that story. Bring in Thania Dhoogra, who's the operations manager at the N3 Toll Concession. Thania joins us via our video link this morning. And dare I say, Thania, many South Africans, when they see you on their screens, know it's time for some kind of holiday. But this time around, we're seeing an uptick earlier than expected. How's the N3 looking?
Well, actually, not necessarily earlier than expected, to be honest. We did think that we might see a gradual increase yesterday, which we did for most of the day, but not really high. We've definitely seen a lot of people out and about on the roads today. It started very early, from around 4 o'clock this morning. We've reached highs of about 1,800 vehicles an hour heading southbound towards KwaZulu-Natal in the last hour. But right now, the stats are easing up a little bit. We're seeing about 1,500 vehicles along the route, and the latest is just under 1,300 going southbound through the Dhoogra toll plaza.
Absolutely. So, I mean, at some stage, sadly, we also have to deal with the carnage that accompanies this uptick in traffic volumes. And I wonder to what extent that's already been evident along that route.
Well, we have unfortunately recorded a number of crashes since the beginning of the month, but fortunately today there have been no reported incidents that are disrupting the flow of traffic thus far. So we're really appealing to our motorists to please help us to keep it that way. We want to ensure that everybody reaches their destination safely and that we continue that trend throughout the holiday season and every other day.
Yeah, that's right. Would you say most of those crashes are due to human behavior? I mean, that's typically been the trend in the past.
Well, I mean, that's what the historic stats show, that, driver behavior tends to be one of the biggest probable causes of crashes, followed by vehicle mechanical failure, which just talks to the fact that drivers need to ensure that before they're embarking on journeys, especially traveling down the N3 toll route, which is a long stretch of road, that they need to ensure that both themselves and their vehicles are in a condition that can handle the journey, and that also that they take preventative measures like stopping regularly so that they're not fatigued, that they're increasing their visibility when they're on the road, that they're making sure that they're following the speed limits and not driving when under the influence of drugs or alcohol, but also that the vehicles are in good conditions. I mean, we've had quite strange weather over the past few weeks, and at the moment everything is overcast and cloudy on the route. So it just means you've got to be more visible, more careful. Your tires need to be checked. You need to make sure that your wipers are working. Like I said, we want to make sure everyone gets there safely, but there's only so much we can do. We also need our road users to partner with us and do their bit.
Without a doubt. In fact, the Weather Service giving not a warning, but a prediction of cloudy conditions for much of the day with a 70% chance of rain. So it seems those conditions are going to be sustained, at least for much of this Friday. But speaking about visibility, Thania, are you happy with how much police visibility there is, at least around that particular route, given how much of an impact they also make, even just by being there?
By being visible. Absolutely. Look, I think, you can never have too many police on a route like the N3, where we really want everybody to be focusing their efforts there so that we, like I said, we want to get everybody, home safely. But bearing in mind that there's a lot that requires the attention. That said, that our multidisciplinary teams have been deployed on the N3. They're maintaining a high visibility presence. We're going to see a number of blue lights up and down the route. And not just that, but also the presence of other emergency services and our own route patrol services will be there to help our motorists in the event that they have a breakdown, or if they run out of fuel, or if they need any help in an emergency. And we're, as always, just a phone call away on our 24-hour N3 helpline. So we encourage road users to save that number so that we can help get the emergency services to them as quickly as possible, once again, so that we can keep the road open and we can keep traffic flowing. And that number is 0800 634357.
All right, we'll also try to share that number with some of our users on social media. For now, Thania Dhoogra, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. I appreciate your time on the AM Report.